Now we're live.
Now we're live. All right. Here's Homestead Aquarius. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
You going to do the talking?
Oh, you did something.
You're going to let me do the talking?
Yeah,
All right.
fine.
Tonight, guys, we have Rich and Ashley with us. They are part of the group that's organizing the convoy to DC. And we're going to give them the floor and let them sort out any confusion there might be, because there's a lot of convoys headed to DC right now. So hold your questions until they're done, and then once they're done, we'll start asking, and then we'll get all the questions you guys might have answered up. So, hi, Suburban, and we'll get all.
Sorry.
Technical details. Okay. So, Rich, Ashley, which one wants to go first here?
Go ahead, Rich.
So, well, thanks again, Dudley, Trish, for inviting us into your living room and to your YouTube channel. Appreciate it. Gives us the opportunity to give us a format that we can explain pretty openly what we're doing. And it's not just us. It's what multiple, like Trish was saying, multiple convoys across the country, which kind of was given them motivation to be where we are at with the convoy that started up in Canada and has been in Ottawa for several weeks. So that the convoy in protest against mandates in Canada built up momentum. It came down into the United States. The first convoy left Barstow, California, the 23rd, and I've lost track of where they are, but probably like Oklahoma, New Mexico. But so what we're doing is something similar. Started out on the state level. Instead of working from the top down, we chose to work from the grassroots and build it up. And I think it's worked out fairly well. It hasn't been perfect by any means. We've definitely had our challenges. But I think there's been a huge opportunity to see a lot of divine intervention. We've had, to me, it's just amazing to see how many like-minded people that you have never physically met just pull together and pull something off like this. It's mind-boggling. But so what our goal is the end goal is to end the mandates, and that's done by first removing or reversing the Emergency Powers Act, and that's really the key thing. Because of the Emergency Power Act, we have not been under a constitutional government since that was brought into effect. So the issue, or the potential issue, is if we just go back to Washington, D.C. or to our local government and demand that the mandates be dropped, they could drop them, we could turn around and get halfway home, and they could be brought back into effect again. But by removing the Emergency Powers Act, that really has to, it just wipes so many things off the table.
Yeah. It does.
So we're based here in Colorado, and we started out with the Colorado Freedom Convoy, and there were just a couple of us, and we were hoping to get, maybe a couple hundred people together to go out and somehow support the truckers. Well, it's turned into such a bigger opportunity, and it's fantastic. We now have nearly 1,000 group members, which is awesome. We have been able to get a rally here in Colorado scheduled where we will all meet up and gather donations, and we've got some speakers lined up just to kind of get everything rolling the morning of March 3rd. And from there, we will go to the Flying J, where the truckers are leaving, and get to see them off. People can stage on the overpasses on I-70 on their way out to show support. People can show support by donating. And like Rich said, it's just been absolutely amazing to see so many like-minded people coming together and stepping up to support this amazing cause. It's beautiful.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
We were going to kind of discuss the confusion because there are so many convoys. So we know that the convoy that left California on the 23rd, they're the People's Convoy. We are part of the American Freedom Convoy. As of this morning, there were 10,000 registered truck drivers that are going to join this convoy.
That's amazing.
And they're coming from all over. We're not doing one starting point and one end point like the People's Convoy did. We are doing starting points in several different states joining together in the end. So that's how the two differ. I know there are several other convoys that are out there. I don't know a whole lot about any of the other ones. There's too many to keep track of, which which I'm sure is frustrating for others as well. But the American Freedom Convoy is the one that we're a part of, and I can, is a good one to follow.
Sorry. We have a dog that likes to bark in the middle of live streams. Mountain Grandma asked, did you say 10,000 truckers?
I did. 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And those are just CDL drivers. That does not include, the moms in the minivans or the guys on the motorcycles or gals on motorcycles. It doesn't include the regular, vehicles. Those are just CDL truck drivers.
Okay. Yeah. Last time I checked, they were in New Mexico, and that was earlier today, and it was already, the convoy was like 8 miles long. So, and that's the one that rolled out Wednesday, I think.
Yeah.
The 23rd, they're all running together at this point. So whatever the 23rd was.
Yes.
Yep.
Hi, Ragnarok. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, we may poke fun of each other out on the road, but
yeah,
it's like the circus.
Yeah.
So I shut my video off to try to conserve the broadband, but
It's fine.
like Ashley was saying, it's really neat to see how everything, not just here in Colorado, but across the country. Last couple of weeks, we were able to get plugged in with the higher level convoy group, and the organization is just really very unifying. They're like-minded, on point, on target. But so the plan for us, Ashley kind of touched on some of it. We've got an event Thursday morning where we have the guest speakers come in, and then after that, everybody will rendezvous over at a Flying J truck stop in Aurora, Colorado. And then from there, we start heading east to Washington, D.C. Our goal isn't, or our final destination isn't going to be in the D.C. Proper. There's several legal issues that have to be done in sequence before we can get into the D.C. proper area. Some of the convoys, there's one convoy that is leaving from Pennsylvania. They are rolling directly into D.C. At least they were, and that just opens themselves up to a lot of federal level interference.
Mm-hmm.
But so we have parking permits. It's not exactly known yet where we're going to be parking, but everything is being done by the book, so that just to minimize the amount of things that we can be accused of being wrong or being illegal. And one thing that we're really stressing over and over is this is a peaceful protest. So any violence or any backlash that starts to rise, it's going to be quenched pretty quickly. Yeah, and not from law enforcement. That's probably going to be done internally. Members within the convoy will stop that.
I think it's important to note that along the way, we likely will see opposition. We likely will see plants. We likely will come across all of those things. But I think it's important to note that that's not us.
Right.
Those people doing those things are not with us. They are not a part of our convoy. They are not a part of this peaceful protest. They are either there to derail our movement, or they are planted there, unfortunately,
Yeah.
to make all of us look bad. So I think it's important to say that people that act that way are not a part of our group.
Yeah.
It's got to be strictly peaceful. So, and I don't know how many in chat are actually following. I know several are following what's going on in Canada, and those people have been
Run through the ringer,
yeah. So
unfortunately.
They have, and I thank God for what they have done and what they continue to do.
yeah,
Not only because it's gotten us moving, right, but
right.
it's also kind of shown us what we can do and what to watch out for. I mean,
And it's a worldwide event now. I mean, everybody's starting to stand up. I watched a video late last week where I think it was in France, where the police officers put down their gear and walked with the people.
yeah.
So I was crying. Sorry, I'm an emotional person, and I was just like, "Thank you, God, thank you, God." So
Even the small convoys out of
Brazil,
Bolivia, and
Mhm.
Yep.
give it to the quiet neighbors to start a worldwide event.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah, and even I think it was even happening in Australia. And Australia has been one of the most restrictive countries in the world. And
Australia,
So
New Zealand,
yeah,
Austria, Germany. They've gathered at the Berlin Wall in Germany. So it's
They can't
making
tear
us.
that down.
No, I can't tear it down now, but I know. But it's my cousin was there when they tore that down. So, but yeah, it's worldwide. So
It is.
so
which needs to be.
my this isn't. I'm just speaking for myself. This isn't necessarily the view of our organization, but me personally, I think this is kind of going back to what Paul talks about in Ephesians 6:12, where we're fighting not on principalities and principalities and powers of this world, but of the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's something that we have to really keep in mind as we meet opposition. We're not looking at our fellow human that's driving that opposition. It's really what's driving him or her.
Yeah.
Yep. And I agree with that. I agree with that. It's good versus evil at this point. And we have our Canadian brother Lewis in chat. He gives us his full support in the States as well. And he knows I've been supporting Canada. So
Thanks, Lewis.
Well, our Canadian brothers, that's how we got our inspiration to do what we're doing now. So don't thank us, we thank you.
yes.
Yeah. They got us moved.
Yeah. So I think we've kind of given our spiel. So I don't know if this is a good segue into maybe fielding some questions from your viewers.
That would be great.
Or did you
would
have any?
mind- Yeah, I was going to ask you guys if you wanted to kind of clarify the convoy that's already in DC right now. If you would, your opinions on what's taking place there, because I'm sure some of them are aware.
So
he
I
doesn't
didn't quite
have the peaceful mindset that the rest of us do. We are law abiding. We are, like Rich said, not going right into DC. That's asking for trouble. And he doesn't hold those same values as we do. So we are distancing ourselves from that convoy.
Okay.
And last I knew, it was only a 15 truck convoy. So
Okay.
I don't think it's a very large convoy.
Okay. Go watch a movie. Our grandbaby. Go watch a movie, baby.
But it's probably one of the more confusing things that we've had to deal with was there would be smaller convoys that would pop up, and then the names would change. There were some that were having issues just trying to get all the logistics together.
Mhm.
Brian Brazzi's group, the People Convoy, left Barstow the 23rd, and then there was another convoy, Freedom Convoy USA, I think.
Okay.
They were actually going to head into from Southern California to Salt Lake City to Wyoming, and then drop down into Denver and then east on I-70. And the routes of several different convoy groups were overlapping, and people, it's just really easy to get confused when a lot of information is coming out. It's hard to keep track of times.
Yeah, I think last count I heard 5 separate convoys at this point. So I was like, holy, which one are we part of?
Yeah. Well, and so that's actually a very good point. You know, this isn't our convoy.
Right.
You know, and it's not their convoy. It really comes down, this is our United States, people.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
if we want to save our country and get our Constitution back, we got to do this together. We can't be divided.
Yeah.
And so that's really, I think, what the overall general theme of the convoys, regardless of which one you're with the exception of 1 or 2, but
Mhm.
in general, everybody has like-minded that this is a peaceful convoy, it's a peaceful protest, and we're trying to do everything that we can to ensure that it stays that way.
Well, this is Emmett. This is our youngest grandson. And he is one of 3 reasons that we're doing this. So, right. Can you say roll on? Say roll on. Roll on, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Mommy's the boss. Okay. You should go watch your show. No, you're gonna okay, but you're gonna be quiet, all right? And so, because it's not what's taking place now isn't gonna necessarily be us paying for later on. It's gonna be him and his sister and brother. So
Right. Yep. You got it.
a lot of people don't realize that. I'm pretty sure most everybody in our chat it does. We're all pretty much like-minded. So, but unfortunately, there's still some people asleep, I guess you can say. Ouch, Bubba. So, but it's gonna be massive. I have this feeling it's just gonna be massive. So,
Well, I think this is speculation, but I think not only is it going to be massive, it could take a while too.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just going to everybody gets out there and in a week it's done.
mhm.
So it could be a month, 2 months, could be more.
How long is it?
It's hard to say how long this is going to take.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people, and this is my opinion, their creature comforts are going to come before their freedom. And we're already seeing that with so many people. And Dudley and I, through our lives before one another and since one another, we have lost so much through moves and different things like that, to where now creature comforts aren't what's important to us anymore. It's these guys right here. And so, if I have to live in a truck for a month and take a bath in a convenience store sink, that's what I'm gonna do, because we've got to get control back of our rights.
Well, and being uncomfortable for that month or however long it may be in the truck, I guarantee you is more comfortable than how this is going to end up if we don't stand up now.
Right.
Um,
And I'm comfortable in a truck too.
now, Rich, I know you said you don't have a CDL. Ashley, do you?
Correct.
You or your husband? No. Okay. One thing that we would like to relay with the chat while you guys are here, he is a current truck driver for the past 3 weeks, 4 weeks. He's been over the road so that we can save money and get the things that we need to do this. Rates have dropped.
Yes, on the freight.
So while our prices in the grocery stores are going up and fuel's going up, for him to move that freight is going down.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. The rates are going down and the fuel's going up.
Mhm.
I think I paid $3.98 a gallon. That's till I get a discount.
Mhm.
But it's been averaging above $4 a gallon right now.
So everybody needs to be aware of that, for the freight to be moved. He watched on the leaderboard, shipments just drop off. Nobody even picked up. They just took them off. So
Yeah.
Well, it's not worth it.
No.
But between the fuel prices and the freight going down, I mean, you also have to hold insurance, which is going up, and for
Maintenance on the trucks. And
right, fixing anything, or the drivers who have employees who are driving their trucks. I mean, it's outrageous. Those prices aren't going down. Everything else is going up.
Yeah, if I would have blew a tire, let's just say if I would have blew a tire and had a driver in my truck, I would have lost money on it.
Right.
I would
So,
probably broke even with me driving.
who sets the freight rates? I mean, is it the company that, like
Some
the
of it's
grocery
company,
stores, or is it
some of it's
the?
company based, and some of it's broker based, trying to cut their pie.
Okay.
But some of them, what they call a double broker, they go through a broker.
Right.
It's frowned upon, but a lot of brokers do it. But each one gets a slice of the pie and just drops it more.
yeah. So basically, I mean, some of these loads, especially if you're an owner operator like Dudley, if you're not going to make enough to justify the fuel costs and stuff like that, there's no point in even picking it up. And yet,
Right.
if you listen to the news, the reason the stores are out of everything is because the truck drivers, they're blaming the truck drivers. He has sat at places for 2 days waiting to get loaded.
Where
So it's not the truck drivers. It's ridiculous what's taking place in these warehouses and stuff. So
and then you get the places running out of hours because the ELD and stuff like that.
because you only have 10
You can be 14 hours on the clock, only 11 hour driving.
So there's this very short time frame on some of this stuff, and it's just when you have to sit for 2 days at one dock waiting to get loaded,
Not even in the dock.
and they're costing you money by that. So it's really hard on the truckers right now, very hard on truckers. So company drivers, they may not be aware of all that kind of stuff. I don't know how many are real familiar with the
Yeah.
logistics of it and stuff, but for an owner operator, it's in your face. So
That's another big thing. The super carriers like Swift, Warner, and all them, they'll undercut a owner operator because you turn around.
mhm.
They'll say we'll hold this road for 90 cents a mile, or owner operator would have to have at least $1.50 a mile.
So, but we just wanted everybody to be aware. And I've also said, and I'd like to address this real quick before we start taking questions, but I've watched a lot of live streams where people are suggesting truckers just sit and not move. I'm wondering how many of those people are actually realizing by them rolling from one side of the country to the other side of the country, they're not hauling freight. They're not delivering freight. So if you need it, now's the time to get it, because there's going to be a lot of
Empty fields, more.
So I know here in Colorado, there's several, not direct truckers that I've spoken to, but people that are wives of truckers or know, their brother's a trucker. They are not in a position where they can go to DC. They're not owner operator. They're a corporate driver, and if they leave their job for a week or so to go on vacation, they could be replaced when they get back.
Right.
So there's that aspect of it. Some of the I've talked to at least two people that they aren't in a position where they can travel back to DC, but they can set idle, kind of like what you were talking about. They can set idle for a week or 2 weeks and just go, have some family time, go on a vacation. And of course, they're not in one of the positions where they could lose their job if they came back. But that's one way. So it's not just a matter of driving across the country, bobtailing, just sitting in your front in the parking lot of the corporate parking lot.
Right.
But these mandates, it's not just affecting truckers. I think the truckers are really kind of the ones that were able to get together and become united and do this type of a movement. I mean, there's hospital workers here in Colorado. The hospitals have the vaccine mandates. I think that's kind of nationwide. I was in the aerospace defense industry, and we had those same mandates too. And the government for federal workers and federal contractors, they also have these mandates. So it's not just the truckers that are being affected; it's everybody that's being affected.
It's all people.
It's all people, and that kind of segues into, it's not just truckers in the convoy. If it has wheels and it can roll, you're welcome to come with us.
Yep.
And
minivans and tow trucks, semis that are bobtail, motorcycles.
Dudley and I are not exactly in a position where we really need to just take off and go, but our home's paid for, everything's paid for here. We don't owe anything, and but it's something we feel it needs done, and so we'll forego whatever we need to forego to stand for the rest of our brothers and sisters who need a voice, So,
But we're also blessed, so if we don't have a dispatcher saying no,
Right.
you can't take the truck here.
right, we own it, so
Yeah.
it's, but but it and this is back to the creature comforts. If you can't forego a few creature comforts to be a voice for your brothers and sisters who can't go and do that, they really want to be there, you might want to reevaluate yourself just a little bit. I'm not trying to judge anybody or be harsh on anybody, but I personally feel it's now or never kind of deal. So we got to get the ball rolling somewhere. So,
Yep.
And so
It always takes a match to light the gasoline. So
speak of what you're saying. We don't want to be having some against us. Oh, it's crazy. Well, in the court cases in Canada, they're using their YouTube videos, their Facebook messages. They're using all that against them over there, and it's just like, and all you hear is them shouting, be peaceful, be loving,
Right.
but somehow they're monsters. So go figure. So,
Yeah, meanwhile, we can burn our cities down, and that's okay. That's a peaceful protest, right?
yeah,
sure. Yeah, sure. I'm with you. Yeah, hold my comments on there, but I'm with you. So, because I have a tendency to get on a soapbox once in a while, and I'll write a check my butt keep cash. So I'll just keep that one to myself. But so you guys ready for Mary? Thank you. Mary Thompson is praying for us in chat. Thank you, Miss Mary. Amen. Oh, I forget. He usually runs the StreamYard, so I'll share that in case you guys can't see it with everybody.
except it covers up.
Right. Sorry, Ashley, I don't mean to cover you up.
Oh, that's all right. Nobody needs to see me. Thank you, Mary. That's very sweet. Amen.
Thank you, lady. All right. So if we're ready for questions.
Sure.
All right. So if you guys have questions for Rich and Ashley, please put them in caps so I can catch them easier, and their name, whoever you're wanting to address, so that we can get those all taken care of. And
That'd be actually a question pertaining to Convoy.
While those
So
are coming across, I can say that if anybody wants to follow our Facebook page, we're on American Freedom Convoy.
Yes. I'll put those links.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
yeah, you can all the links.
I can put them in the chat box if that would help.
That you can do that too.
You're gonna have to make him a moderator.
Uh,
Get on your YouTube, make him a moderator. That way, if
he
you
has to
could,
type something. in the
if you
chat
could just throw something in the YouTube chat, Rich, that way he can make you a moderator, and then you can share the links.
Uh-oh, I hear her, baby.
Okay. Mary's asking, she said she's heard there are 3 convoys in the USA. Are they connected?
So, yes and no. We all are doing this for the same reason. We all want to be unified in this movement. There are separate groups that have started on different dates or different routes. But as far as what we all want and being unified and going to the same destination in the end, yes.
And Deb's Wood Burning would like to know, Ashley, how did you get involved in the movement?
So I'm actually a transportation broker. I don't drive a truck, but I do work with truckers every day. And I'm mostly doing this because I can't leave a world like this to my children or my future grandchildren. I just can't do it. I can't do it without trying my best to stand up and let my voice be heard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we've got to protect the children. No doubt about that one.
Yep.
Did he text?
So in the chat box, I posted several links. The first link is our email address, and then the second one is to our web address. And then we also have a Telegram page, and that just made me realize that I didn't put on our Facebook. We just
You
got our
might,
face.
okay,
Got it.
Rich, YouTube may have hid those comments because I'm not seeing them pop up anywhere. So you
Really?
may just type
Okay.
in the YouTube chat, just type in hi. So Dudley can make you a moderator. And then once you share them, then YouTube
Then
won't
you-
hide them.
Yeah.
Okay, that's convenient.
Oh, I know. YouTube is so much fun, let me tell you. Okay. Q Kitchen and Beyond, not a problem. If you have any questions, make sure you ask them. And let me scroll up here and catch these.
Okay, Rich. Now
Did you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Marty says, are there any concerns of getting fuel with that many trucks on the same route?
I think that's a concern. One of the things that we have made sure to do is touch base with each state that not just our convoy is going through, but these are going from the northwest, like I-84, I-80. We have the I-70 east to Indianapolis. There's also an I-40, and I think a new one is I-10. And then to get the Florida group, there's one that's going to be coming up I-95 too. So, yeah, I think that's a great question. One of the things that we have done, and I know that several other convoy leaders have done it also, but we call the DOT for each state that we're going to be going through. And during that conversation, we'll ask if the highway patrol needs to be notified as well. And usually it's not because they're kind of interchangeable, or they not directly, but the highway patrol mans the weigh scales and that kind of stuff. But as far as the fuel, we have been making courtesy calls also to the truck stops where we're located, or where we're going to have waypoints at, just to give them as much warning and or alert as possible that you may have a couple hundred trucks pulling into your truck stop like within an hour.
All right.
So I think, as far as like on I don't know if the question was concerned more for like gasoline fuel or diesel fuel, but I think as far as the gasoline, I think that's probably okay. But
Yeah, they'll be able to
Just
split
yes.
off, go to the regular gas stations if they have to.
Yeah, he said mini trucks, so I'd say that's probably more diesel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
There's your okay. Thank you for sharing those, Rich.
did they?
All right.
Because they went through. You saw them.
Yeah. Yep. They
Okay.
came through. All right.
So-
So Ragnarok. Ooh, let me get here. Okay. Ragnarok Prepper has said, I have heard a lot of people being confused by the number of different convoys, different times, different goals, with the way the convoys are being portrayed in the media. They're concerned about lending their support. Can you clarify if there is any unity beyond being a convoy?
Rich, do you want to take that one, or do you want me to?
Well, I didn't quite understand. Let me read that. Can you clarify if there's any unity beyond being a convoy? Yeah, I mean, we all come from different walks of life. Even if you're an OTR, truck drivers are different from each other. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade, so I'm probably a little different than Dudley. But we drink the same water, we bleed the same color of blood. But
His is
so I
green.
think,
I'm kidding.
like I
Sorry.
said, we have the same color of blood. But yeah, outside of, if we were to step away and, could we go have a beer or go get a burger or something? Sure. I don't think that this isn't a divisive issue. Let me rephrase that. Within the convoy movement, this isn't a divisive issue.
Mhm. Yeah, because we're standing up for the rights for everybody, not just conservatives or Republicans. This is everybody. Just,
Right.
Some
And
people
that's
are.
that's another good point. So one of the things in our group's convoy, we've requested that, no political flags, no like screw Joe Biden or Trump, let's go
Right.
MAGA. Um,
Mhm.
Fly the American flag, fly your state's flag or any other state that you're a patriot to. This isn't a political, a partisan issue. It affects everybody.
Yeah.
So we're putting politics aside. Let me rephrase that. This is sort of a political movement because we have to do it in this such a degree, but it's not a drawn a blank. It's not a Republican or a Democratic issue.
Not a politician issue.
This should be, people on both sides should be standing together in unity.
Correct. Right.
Kind of feel. Yeah. Yeah.
I remember
I agree.
a long time ago, the truckers tried to hold strikes for this or that or anything. I've always said, you're better off getting two Cobras together and liking each other than you would two truck drivers. This is actually kind of showing me wrong.
Yeah. And you've been driving for how many years?
Been driving for 22 years.
Yeah.
One thing I did on the fuel topic, one thing that I saw pop up in the news, and I'm not sure if I had the franchise correct, but I think it's Petro. They were refusing to fuel up the semis that were coming down I-40. And it sounded like that wasn't a corporate decision. It sounded like that was more just maybe a branch or the GM decision. But somehow that news got to the corporate office, and corporate called that truck stop number and told them to start fueling up.
Oh gosh, that's cool. Yeah, we had Dudley seen a report 2 days ago.
Yeah, where they stopped in Arizona. I believe it was Kingman. And one of the truck stops donated 25,000 gallons of diesel.
Yep. Yep. So after that one franchise location denied fueling anybody in the convoy, the next one donated 25,000 gallons of fuel.
Oh, really?
And then
That's awesome.
Their next stop, somebody paid for every single vehicle in the convoy's fuel. One person paid for everybody's fuel in the convoy.
Nice.
That's amazing.
So there will always be the ones out there that are against us or that, don't support our movement, right? But when there's one of those, look how many came out and did the exact opposite, right? So I think there's more people out there that support this movement than anybody wants to admit.
Right.
Right.
And I've said that for a long time. There's people have been like, giving up and they've got their defeatist attitude. And I'm like, you guys just don't really see how many people there are. They're just being quiet right now, because you kind of have to be quiet to an extent, to having a normal life, We live in, lack of better terms, BFE, Missouri. It's very rural where we're at, but we still ran into issues where our little community, we had 6 whole people show up to protest our police department, and it was like none of them were from here. They were from Kansas City and St. Louis, but they felt the desire to drive, the 3 to 4 hours to our community to protest, and our police escorted them the whole way to the police station and did the whole thing. But, it affects everybody, regardless if they want to realize it or not. They may be in support of what's taking place now, but are they going to be in support of it when their grandkids are having to pay for all this?
Well,
So-
and I think that this far, the media and the politicians have done a fantastic job at dividing all of us any way they can, whether it's race or vaccine status or, any chance they get, they want to divide us. And then the media turns around and portrays it that way.
Yeah.
And when you're told something enough, that's what you think is happening, right? So
Right.
when
and the
we
blatant lies.
right. And when we can all come together and see that's not really the case. Look how many people we have behind this movement now.
Mhm.
It's amazing. And I think that as other people that are still too afraid to say anything or to step up, I think once they see how many people are actually, I don't want to say like on this team or on this side, but they'll get to see we're not alone. There really are more of us than there are of them.
And that's one thing I wanted to mention, and I mentioned this over on a friend of mine's live stream. If you break it down and you're honest with yourself, we're all a little bit left and a little bit right. We may lean one way or the other a little more than others, but we're all human beings. We all can agree and disagree. One of the things I found really interested in Canada was a few of the live streamers that started streaming Ottawa started out on the other side, and within a week's time they were supporting the truckers because they seen the unity, they seen the love, they seen the peace that they were trying to bring in. They weren't there to disrupt, they weren't there to destroy, and all the things that the media was saying that they were doing. There was no swastikas, there was none of this, there was none of that. And they actually within that week's time went from hating the truckers to supporting the truckers. And I think we'll see that as well. We're probably going to see a lot of that as well. So, but Ragnarok had a question. What were the 2 convoys you spoke of avoiding earlier?
So there's only one that we are aware of, and I believe he calls himself Freedom Convoy, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, so I'm not sure. So the gentleman's name is Bob Bullis. He's out of Scranton, PA. I don't know if he actually had a name on his convoy, but his approach is to go down in, as far as I know, I think it's within the Beltway, go into DC proper and shut the city down. And he calls it a boa constrictor. They just put a snake grip around the city and put it into a siege. That's kind of what it sounds like. They were going to have make sure that they had all lanes open, or not all lanes open, but they at least had one lane open for emergency vehicle usage. Basically, in fact, he would say it on the interview that I watched. So if you're trying to get to your job and you need to get through my exit, that's too bad.
Yeah.
So that's definitely not. That's his view. That's his motivation. But on the larger scale, that's not what we're, or any of the other convoys that I'm aware of that I've had that type of.
Not a very peaceful. Yeah. My dad was a fireman, first responder, so I'm aware with you need roadway. You need the roadway if there's an emergency. So, and one lane of traffic would jam it up really bad. So, my dad also used to be a fireman and truck driver. So, my first husband was a truck driver. My dad was a truck driver. My grandfather was a truck driver. Now I'm married to another truck driver. So, If it's not truck driver, law enforcement, and military, somewhere I know something about something. So.
I got a question. How's the scales going to work
Yes, good question.
on the convoys?
So that's a really good question, and the way that is happening is you being a CDL, you're probably going to be able to have a better understanding, or correct me where I'm wrong on this. But basically, the big picture is they're not for hire, especially if you're not if you're just bobtailing. But even if you have a trailer full of goods, say for example, we pick up 20 cubic yards of bottled water or something like that, and if that driver doesn't have a bill of lading, he's not subject to the DOT scale.
Okay. Right.
Or the even more importantly, that has become your personal vehicle.
Right.
Okay.
And so they don't have that 11-hour and a 24-hour period regulation.
Okay.
Okay. I was wondering about that. It'd be like me hauling my personal stuff along.
Now, and I don't know
Right,
if you
right.
can discuss this. A question that I have. This may be something that you don't want to broadcast. Is there a specific form of communication? Are you going to be using like a certain channel, CB, ham, radio? I mean, do you guys know?
Telepathy.
Telepathy. Okay, well, I suck at telepathy.
So
You read my mind all the time.
That's you. That's you.
So that's another great question. Cell phones have become so easy access. I think that's what, I don't know. What do you guys use OTR, Dudley? Do you guys use the CB much anymore?
No, not really.
So
You turn them on, you'll hear a radio Rambo every now and then, but
really,
that's when you can bear reports or stuff like that, like the old days. Hardly anybody talks on.
Yeah, okay. So telephones primarily the main source,
Okay.
but if for some strange reason, all of the cell phone usage goes out in a line of trucks for some reason, we'll have other options like CB or FM.
Which I have both in the truck, so ham and CB. So
a ham. Okay.
Yeah.
I also wanted to say while I was thinking about it, and Rich, I don't know if you posted it in the chat because I don't see the chat, but if there are CDL drivers or non-CDL drivers, even volunteers, you should absolutely register on the website, which I'm sure Rich will post. What that gives you is it assures you a parking spot at the end destination. It assures you legal assistance if something comes up and you need help. There's a lot of benefits to registering your information. Like I said, whether you're a CDL driver or if you're just volunteering in one of the states to help out.
So that's a good, glad you pointed that out. We are really, Denver, for the I-70 route, Denver is the origin. And so we leave on Thursday, March 3rd, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and drive. Right now, we're just driving to the east side of Indianapolis. I think it's going to form into a snowball the farther east that we go.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of supplies and things that have been donated to us, excuse me, from here locally in the state. And we're trying to figure out how to get these goods from Colorado, or at least into Kansas, where there's a couple of trailers I know of. And then, Dudley, yourself, you've got your van that you've made available to us.
Now,
Thank you for doing that. But if there's anybody, like Ashley had says, there's anybody in the western states that's coming through the Denver area next week, we could sure use some help hauling goods. And like she said, I can post the probably the best way would be in the chat. Put our website and our email address, and you can contact with us. What I will do is I'll also put in Great American Project.
Well, like me and Chris were just talking, if I can get the truck rebuilt quick enough, I might be meeting you in Aurora.
yeah, we could probably go to Aurora and help pick
that
up,
would be awesome.
and then
And just follow, then join in there.
Okay. So I missed that part, and I think it was probably pretty important.
If I can get the truck rebuilt fast enough, I might be able to just go up to Aurora or Denver
Oh,
and meet
really?
you guys there.
Okay.
That's only 6 or 7 hour
drop in a
drive.
bucket. We can
Yeah.
do it.
So
Well,
it's,
So I grew up in Eastern
If
Kansas.
if you register as a driver on that site, you also do get fuel assistance
Mhm.
Great.
with that too.
I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I registered already, and I guess they were vetting me to make sure I was a driver and all that fun stuff.
Right.
They're supposed to call me yesterday, but
It's kind of hectic for everybody
Yeah,
right now. So
so
we do have another question from Ragnarok. He would like to know where is the end destination that you will be parking?
So that's a good question.
don't have any-
At this point, we don't really have a designation yet. There's legal things that have to be done sequentially before we can go into DC proper.
Mhm.
So at this point, at least, I can't answer that question. I don't know if that's really been determined yet.
And
But what registering does on the Great American Patriot Project's website, if you register for assistance or register as a non-CDL or CDL driver, that will ensure that you get a parking space allocated.
the guy I was talking to that called me about the financial support, I guess they're talking about leasing or something 110 acres there and about 50 miles from DC in Virginia for trucks to park and gather there before they go to the Beltway. I'll get his name. I'll call him tomorrow and touch base with him, see how things are going.
maybe you should link him and
That,
Rich up.
Yeah,
yeah,
my guess is at some point, whatever that point is, like back in towards the end of January, like January 22nd, 23rd, there was a huge protest against the vaccine mandates or the mandates in general at the Capitol Mall in Washington D.C. How there's just not enough parking for tractor trailers to get there. I don't know where those people ended up parking, but if they end up doing something like what you're talking about, I'm assuming that they charter a bus maybe and get people in there.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Demeter's wanting to know when we're planning on leaving. Well, it depends if,
How fast I can get my truck,
yeah.
one of the trucks up and put back together.
Okay.
Take apart and put back together.
He's only doing the top end. It's not the whole engine. So for anybody that might be a little confused on that, it's not the entire engine. It's just we got to replace the head gasket. So,
I hope it's easier than my daughter's Buick. Towards the end of last year, I had to replace the head.
Bigger parts.
Oh gosh,
it's heavier.
I thought it was just a matter of taking the manifold and pulling the heads off.
Mhm.
I had to disassemble pretty
Um,
much all the engine.
Yeah, I'm pretty much stripping the block down.
yeah.
Yep.
No. Air tools. Air tools. So what we're planning is, if Rich needs us, we'll leave as soon as possible and go to Colorado and pick up whatever supplies we need to pick up, and then we'll roll out with everybody else. If for whatever reason he doesn't need us, then we'll meet up in Kansas or Missouri. Kansas City. We'll meet up.
Well, outskirts of
Yeah.
Kansas City.
So, and my goal was to be there before they actually got there, so I could video them coming into Kansas City, and documentation and all that from there on. So
Good thing I just bought you a new camera.
yes, I got a brand new camera, and so we'll see how that's. We'll just have to play it by ear and see how that all works out. Luckily, he's not the only mechanic in the family, so I'll probably be right there with him. So we'll be some grease monkeys. You might see some videos from us working on the truck. So, if we're gonna do it, we do it together. So,
So can you live stream?
huh?
Yeah.
Are you able to live stream? I mean, I know that's what you're doing now, but say if you go, I don't know,
Yeah.
Yeah, we can live stream
Washington
on the
DC
road.
or Virginia or something, you can. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So that's one of the things that on the event that we're having now, we just got a site location nailed down. My plan was to try to stream that guest event and then head up to the Wine Truck.
And I do have some questions for you, actually. Ragnarok has another question. Okay, we'll start with Ragnarok first. Ragnarok says, question, thanks for clarifying that you are entering DC proper.
No.
So all registered
We are not.
drivers will be, we're not.
We're not
Yeah,
in-
we are not.
Yeah, we are
We
not. We are not entering DC proper.
And if I heard you correctly earlier on the phone, you said that we have to be invited by the senator, correct?
We have to be invited by a U.S. senator.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So he says, so all registered drivers will receive a parking permit that allows them to legally park, protecting from towing, etc. So would that be the case if we were invited?
Yeah, I believe so. So the parking that he's talking about, I think it's just kind of in the general vicinity of the Capitol. But to get into DC proper, to avoid federal enforcement of legal action and possibly forcible action, we have to have a formal invitation by a U.S. senator. So,
Right.
Where the parking ends up being, I don't know that, but it is protecting us from towing.
Yeah, at this point, we are not going into DC. There's not been any invitation. So, and not to sound cowardly or chicken, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with staying out of DC. I'm fully aware of who's already stationed in DC. So,
And I've
I'm
already
good.
took a truck down Embassy Lane before. So.
Yeah, I haven't been down Embassy Lane, but we've both been into DC with the semi, and it's not fun. So, all right.
No.
Demeter Solis has a question. Are any of you concerned about the State of the Union address that is also supposed to be held about the time the convoy gets there?
So that is, I believe, Bob Bullis's group. I don't think that it has a name, but I think his goal is to get down to the Capitol to do something. I don't know what that something is, but I think to get to the DC proper area by March 1, which is the State of the Union address. What his intentions are, I have no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your question?
Oh yeah. Now, it's all over like TikTok and everything else. Is Optimus Prime going to be rolling in any of the convoys that you are aware of?
First I've heard of it.
Because was it? It was TikTok, right? That
Yeah.
you seen that on TikTok had it that he was supposed to roll with the convoy, and I was just like, so you've not heard it,
I was
Okay.
actually kind of hoping to see Bumblebee.
Bumblebee? Yeah. And
I haven't seen that in the whole drive.
and what are your thoughts and feelings of Ted Nugent saying that he was going to be part of this convoy?
So I'm an old Ted fan. I saw him in Kansas City when I was young.
Mhm.
He, on one of the video links for the Frontline Truckers, Stranglehold is the soundtrack for the videography that they do, and at the end of it, it's noted that he's given permission to use that song. So what capacity, I'm not really sure. I don't recall if it was like Newsmax. I think it was Newsmax. I doubt if it was Fox, but he, Ted Nugent, was interviewed by the host, and he was all gung ho. He was all in.
Yep.
He said, I've got my 18-wheeler that I use to haul around all my equipment, and I'm ready to go.
Yep.
I was like, whoa, concert maybe? I don't know.
I'd like to see Bo Duke joining too.
Oh yeah, John Snyder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to see John Snyder. So, Q here shortly. I will share that link, so you can go check it out where it shows.
Demeter has a question.
Demeter has a question. That's the one I just asked.
Oh, okay.
You're a little behind there, babe.
Always. I'm a guy.
Well, folks, I hate to cut this
You're.
off, but
I think we
need
covered
to
everything.
Yeah, I think so. If anybody has any questions, I've got the email. I don't know if you can say the chat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll also
but,
put the link in the descriptions.
Okay, great. So feel free to email us at the Colorado Freedom Convoy 2022 Gmail address, and we'll do our best to answer your questions in as short a time as possible.
And I'll link the registration link in the description if people want to sign up.
Okay. And it's not just registration. If people aren't able to participate by going, but they'd still like to support the convoy in some way, there's a webpage there that you can make a financial contribution.
Donations and stuff like that.
Right. Thanks again.
Oh, thank you for
We're gonna
being
sign
on.
off. That's all right.
Yep, that's fine. Thank you for
Thank
helping
you so
clarify
much.
things and joining us tonight. We really appreciate that.
And hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whether out here in Aurora or Oak Grove, but
Somewhere on the road.
We'll see you one of the two places.
So you guys have a
Thanks
great
again.
night.
Thanks everybody that called in.
Thank you.
Yes. God bless you guys.
Thank you.
All right. So let me paste this link.
That's a wonderful people.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ashley, my sister, happiness. And Trish is posting some links.
All right, and there's the link that supposedly Optimus Prime is joining this convoy. So I don't know how real it is. What, baby girl?
Movies on that's not supposed to be on.
Movie's on, Daddy.
A movie's on that's not supposed to be on.
Yeah.
Is it Warlock?
Daddy,
What?
go fix her.
I'm trying to get my pee unstuck.
Your feet are stuck. We're a little tangled up in here. Got a little cramped. So thank you guys for joining us. Yeah, Boo fell asleep. Good. Babies. You say hi to everybody? We're a little sleepy. They haven't got to see you in a long time. Can you say hi?
Hi.
Aw.
I wish tomorrow I can stay.
Oh, you're welcome, Aquarius. You're welcome. Well, the truth, we want to share the truth as best as we can. And hi, Arkwild. Glad you made it. We just want, everybody to
Be
be
right back now.
okay. You go watch your show, baby. All right. We just want everybody to be as well informed as possible. We know there's a lot of confusion with the convoys. We were confused with the convoys. I think it would be awesome if Optimus Prime was rolling up in this convoy. I think it'd be really cool.
Play that and they see it.
Oh, I just shared the link. Sorry. I don't usually run this. You do. So I'm still like
We know who the
clueless.
brains is.
So, we found out today we were not just bobtailing. We are going to be a support.
Just like support.
Yeah. So, which wasn't our initial goals here, but
And you get to be media.
that's what they need. So that's what we're going to do the best that we can. So, but please, you guys, if you want to follow along, just check out the websites that he's dropped out there and stay in touch.
Right now.
Stay in touch with everybody, and we will do our best to do as many lives as we can to keep everybody,
or at least short clips.
as updated as possible. Now, if we're just,
get some drone footage.
I doubt that. If we're just rolling down the boring dark highway, we're not going to be. We won't do too many of that. But once we get there, we're going to try to do that. You did your first live today, Mary. I missed it.
Oh, we gotta see it.
All right. Well, I'll go find it when we're done here. It takes getting used to, Mary. I can tell you that. I don't know how to run this thing by myself, so I'm.
Oh, you do too.
No, I don't. So I'm still trying to figure things out.
There we go.
Yeah, there's several people streaming already from California. I think the last place I seen them was New Mexico, so I'm not sure where they are tonight. I don't know how far they made it tonight. So how long will we be traveling? Suburban will be making stops every night in different areas. That depends on if we have to go to Colorado and then go, or if we just join somewhere in Missouri. I don't know for sure yet on how long we'll be traveling. So we're ready for it. We got our freeze-dried food from different places, and we're not really looking to rely on a bunch of people. We're not like that. So it's it's a little overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be very emotional. I'm sure it's gonna be extremely emotional for me because I'm sensitive. So, and not sensitive as I'm. Yeah. So it's gonna be something. So, you're welcome, Chris. You're welcome. So, we're not out to start trouble. No, we're truly not. We just thank you, Chris. Empathetic. Yes. So, yeah. That's our biggest thing. Whereas,
I have empathy.
We discovered you're an alien, so we're good there. The biggest thing that we want to ask from our viewers and our friends and our family is prayers. Just pray. And not just for us. Pray for everyone. I mean, we need to pray to have scales removed from eyes, veils removed from eyes, darkness, brought to light, whatever. Yes, Suburban, I'm a big crybaby. But it's not because, I'm a softie. It's because I truly get overwhelmed with everybody's emotions and energy. And yeah, so
my emotions.
Most people think I'm a weirdo. So you have none.
So how are you going to get overwhelmed with them?
I don't get overwhelmed with yours. It's everybody else's. And so, no, he's not a lizard man. He thinks he is, but he's not. Thank you, Phyllis.
Proud of you.
I honestly, today I asked him a question, and like I said, I'm not going. I don't want war. I don't want any of what took place in Canada to happen. That was awful.
You said a bad word. Whiskey Alpha Romeo.
Excuse me. And I asked him today, I wonder what the nerves were like for the people in the first revolutionary Whiskey Alpha Romeo. And he's like, they probably didn't have nerves. And I'm like, the hell they didn't. I'm sorry. Man almighty.
You see me nervous?
And this isn't the same as that, but it's, I feel like people are expecting this sort of same kind of results, but without all the nasty. Hi, Gina.
Hey, Gina.
I'm glad you could join us. Yes. Thank you, Chris. Yes, the positive vibrations. Absolutely. Oh, my gosh, y'all. Chris, I need to have a chit chat with you privately soon.
What?
But, yeah.
About
Talk to my man. Yeah, that's
private?
right. Gina, too, because she knows. Gina knows. Yeah. You stick that finger in my ear and you're never getting it back.
That's what happens.
Right.
What? Right.
What Mary says, cops come, you regroup, and elsewhere confuse them. My biggest concern is they won't be native, per se. If you guys gather what happened in Canada.
Oh, Canada.
And we pretty much already know they're not following the rules at this point anyway, so you're welcome, Rich. Thank you. So yeah, that's why I say he's an alien. Homestead Aquarius.
What?
So Homestead Aquarius said that's what aliens do. They always want to probe. I'm gonna elbow you in the nose if you don't quit. So
Big head
but
alien.
y'all, I think, yes, it's pinned at the top, our Rumble channel, so that in case something happens on YouTube, because we all know how loving and forgiving they are, if we cannot do live stream on YouTube, we'll be able to do it over on Rumble. So totally up to you, but there's an option. So if you can't catch us on YouTube, we'll be over there. Right. And something else I wanted to bring to it, there's several things actually before everybody runs off, and then we're going to log off because the grandbabies are here. But
you got another 4 hours.
Most of y'all are moderators, and we're getting ready to endure some BS like no other. I'm going to ask you all to please try your hardest not to block or hide anybody with a different point of view than you, unless it's just out and out disgusting and doesn't need to be in chat. If they're just voicing their difference of opinion, please just ignore that, because if we're going to fight for one right, we're going to have to cover all rights. And if we should be allowed our freedom of speech, they need to be allowed theirs. I am going to do my best to bite my tongue and not chew off anybody's head. But please, unless it's just vulgar and let's try to be decent to as many as we can. Y'all are familiar with the bots. They don't need to be there.
But what happens to the rights of bots?
Because if they're the trolls that drop all the racism and all that, they don't need to be there. But if it's just somebody with a difference of opinion, just call them a Karen, move on, whatever.
Like Ragnar said.
Yeah, what Ragnar said, freedom of speech with respect. Yeah, I mean,
And compassion.
we have to
Be nice.
Q, if they come after me, they come after me. They're not going to change my mind. I can promise you that. Right. Yeah. So we just need to try our hardest to be compassionate. We need to try and, show them the respect that they obviously cannot show others, and I know we've all reached that boiling point to where we're most people are done being nice, but we just got to push a little bit harder and a little bit further. That's all I'm asking. Also, if you see us carrying a white flag, do not think we're surrendering, okay? I need everybody to look up the Geneva Code, right? Geneva Convention, Geneva Code, Geneva, whatever the hell it's called. The one of those things that nobody seems to want to follow anymore. A white flag does not mean surrender. It's a form of protection for those who are out there. So,
but that's
one of our lovely
following rules.
That's if they're following rules. So one of our lovely subscribers forwarded this to me, and so if you see anybody with a white flag, don't think they're weak. It's not about that. It's
change my underwear.
You don't own white underwear. For real.
Much gas as I get.
Don't.
I might take the color out of it.
You would think. Okay. It basically means that we wish to speak.
A parlay.
A parlay. We wish to speak with
the
enemy, which we really shouldn't be looking at them as enemies because we shouldn't, but we get it. We are. And we know that. So don't get offended if you see white flags. If you see it's more of a protection. So educate yourselves on the white flag because it may be something that we all need one of these days. So
what white flag?
Yeah.
Where's my white? I need one.
I don't know.
That way you can't hit me no more.
Right, Q. Yep. So
toilet paper. Hey, we can keep
yes. I'm not wasting TP for that. No. Probably yeah.
Ginger pirate alien. Yeah.
So yeah.
Walk my plank.
I know. And earlier, and I'm sorry, guys, I was trying to keep up with chat and everything else. I've got 3 monitors going right here. So, we're all slaves at this point. Get your own. Come on now, you can break it. We're all slaves to this nonsense already. So,
are you gonna light it or just hold it? What?
The white flag did not work for what? He can wave whatever white flag he wants. Jolly
Roger.
You're gonna make me forget what I was saying.
Ain't hard to do.
I really wish you could be serious sometimes.
Always serious.
But I think was it Mary who said something about being a slave when we were discussing the rates for the trucking. I think it may have been Mary. But anybody who has a job at this point is basically, it's all slave labor. I mean, if you stop and look at it, so.
Hey, it's Gear.
Yeah.
You finally showed up.
He's probably been lurking there.
You lurker.
Yeah. And Gear, some of us are glad you're here. We love you. So I totally appreciate each and every one of you guys. So you guys are amazing. See, now I've made everybody nervous about the unlit cigarette.
I know.
My God, could you imagine? All right, I'm lighting it.
At least it ain't a left-handed cigarette.
There's days I think about it. It'd probably mess me up worse than anything. The booty scoot. Yep. Mooling, y'all. Mooling. Just saying. You see my hair? It's going everywhere. But yeah, for reals, if you guys don't have the supplies that you think you might need for the next, I don't know, while, you might want to, if you can do it now, do it now. Because I honestly don't know how many trucks are going to be there, and that's going to really hit the shipping industry pretty hard, which is going to make things even worse. And Dudley and I have contemplated over this, and as much as it hurts me to see people have to do without stuff because we chose to go stand for everybody's freedoms, it's something that's I feel like it needs to happen, and I really don't want to take anything away from anybody. I don't want people to do without anything, but we're all doing without right now, without anybody doing anything other than,
See you, Homestead.
the few. So
Thank you for coming.
thank you, Aquarius. We appreciate you. Yeah, it's hard when there's, a tiny budget. Mary, we know that full well. So Aquarius, are you naked?
Naked. Yes, I'm Nick. Oh,
Yeah. Yes, Homestead Aquarius is naked. We all needed that one. So.
I don't have no panties on.
I hope you're not wearing panties. Oh, yeah, your pink ones with ruffles. I forgot about those. Let's not go there. Please, let's not go there.
It's
Okay.
a G-string. That way it can whistle.
Lord have mercy. Oh, my Lord. I'm going to be on a trek with you forever.
I'm gonna eat chili every night.
No. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No.
I got stuck up.
Mm-mm.
Prep up.
No.
Beans.
No chili for you. So, does anybody have any other questions?
I have one.
Good job, Mary. Good
He
job.
talks to his mom naked.
No, he didn't talk to his mom naked. Q's mom.
Oh.
Read it. Talk to your, meaning hers. Are you jealous he's not talking to you naked?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, Grace, you did it now.
He can be naked. I don't have no panties on.
Q, I ain't never claimed to be normal, so never put me in that box, please. I don't fit in normal. Yes, Suburban's behaving. Oh, boy. He says, hi, Dudley.
Hi.
Don't pull my hair, please.
You like it?
No.
You used to.
So does anybody have any questions for me and Dudley about any of this, or well, got my flip-flops ready? Well,
You don't have no
how about
shoes.
slides? Do slides work? I got my
The electric?
slides. They're not electric. Lord help me if they're electric. Ooh, my hair'd be curly. All right. We'll
Let's
see.
see, Elstead.
You have a good night, Aquarius. He cracks me up.
Wilson.
No
No wonder Wilson has hair like that.
Like what?
Wilson
Oh.
have hair like that. You see me naked too.
Oh, sticking straight up, I suppose.
Look at your hair.
Okay, ask your question.
See? It's you kitchen.
He doesn't like it when his hair gets pulled, so.
Because you pull it out.
Oh. Good night, Mary. You have a wonderful evening.
Good night, Mary. We'll watch your live.
Yes, I'll go watch that here.
Yes.
Here soon.
Somebody have my chicken.
What?
My junk
You're
house
hungry?
chicken.
Oh my goodness, Dudley. You're supposed to be losing weight. Oh. He was watching Naked Honeys.
Beach balls.
Yeah.
Gonna play volleyball?
No, not currently. No. Mary. And we all need a good laugh, Mary. We all need a good laugh.
Laughing is good medicine.
I know, Gear. I've been crazy trying to get stuff squared away, and yeah, I have not got 5 miles this whole week, but I've been busy doing everything else, so just not got 5 miles in. You would thought I would have.
You've been
Anyways,
doing your push-ups every day.
I do my push-ups every day. But I've also been canning,
look at that
dehydrating. No. No, he cries if his hair gets pulled, Q. You want to see?
Hey! Yes, it's finally growing back.
Yeah. And we apologize for not being live last weekend.
Her
We
fault.
literally we didn't get home till 11 o'clock that night. Trying
We
to
spent
find
that much time in Walmart.
No, we weren't just at Walmart. Trying to get all the stuff for the truck and the stuff we were going to need being gone. And most of that was spent in a vehicle driving from here, there, and everywhere. So we do apologize. We did get messages from a few people that were a little concerned. So we're apologizing for that. And
We are.
yes. Yeah, because we were pretty.
When did we turn French?
Yeah, Lewis.
Hey, he's canning.
He finally broke down and bought me another dehydrator. So I had both my dehydrators running, and
Not by choice.
Kenner got I had to make it happen. But yeah, I've been
She pulled
canning.
butt hair.
No, I did not. Don't be lying. So cool. And the turmeric. That's awesome. Awesome. So we've been really trying to get things
That's why I've been
squared
so
up here.
dirty. Lewis planted me.
He planted ginger.
I
You're a goofball.
know it.
So, yeah. Do you have anything you would like to add besides your silliness?
I'm beautiful.
You're beautiful. So beautiful.
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 So what all preps did y'all do this week?
Demeter, that's what I was going to say earlier. Thank you.
Thankful you did that.
Did you see Demeter's cousins are independent drivers and they're going to
I seen that earlier. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a convoy coming up from Florida.
Yeah. One of the things I heard, not from Rich, but from a different convoy, was if they get ran out and cannot basically have this gathering, a lot of the trucks plan on parking and not moving until whatever happens. So,
A tow truck.
no, not parking in DC. They're thinking going home, parking, and not moving. So, I don't know how long this is going to take. I have no idea. This could take a week. It could take weeks.
Decades.
It could take a month. It could take, I don't know.
Decade.
So,
Century. It'll probably be over with by the next election.
just hush your mouth. Don't talk like that. Good job, Gear.
Yeah, ready to go,
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah, good job, Lewis. You guys are doing good.
She planted some stuff.
I didn't plant nothing.
You did too.
I haven't planted anything.
You planted some stuff in the tote.
No, I didn't. I cheated and bought some plants that already started because I knew I wasn't going to be here to
You
get them
needed to
started.
cut Your cigarette ran out.
Probably.
Since you're just playing with it.
Yeah.
Oh, you woke me up too early. You can use milk bags
Mhm.
from the
Forward.
4-liter bags. Really? Did you know that? I didn't know that. You should have known that. You look all this stuff up. You're my information.
I don't have time to research everything that you want researched. You're going to have to learn to do some of that yourself.
Why do I have an intelligence officer?
Because, darling, it takes more than me to run you, that's for sure.
I think that's the truth. I call it intelligence.
Good job, Ragnarok. We went to Walmart today and Lydia discovered seeds, and I wish I would have had my camera out so I could have shared a little video of her getting all excited about the seeds. And she picked one packet of seeds, watermelon.
Oh, go figure.
So we already have a bunch of watermelon, but she wanted more. So we have a new packet of watermelon seeds that she picked out today. So awesome, Gear. Good job. Good
Thumbs
job,
up.
Gear. 28 tomato plants. That's awesome.
Oh wow. I don't know.
Hey,
Tomatoes.
you're save them. I may have to buy them from you later. I don't know.
Why?
I am not starting seeds just because I will not be here to care for anything for a while. And my
That's
son and daughter-in-law are not
that's
gardeners by no
one of
means.
the main
So
reasons we're not starting Shed Wars this year,
sorry,
because she had to go do a convoy.
totally all me. I twisted his arm, y'all. I twisted his arm.
It
Sorry.
wasn't my arm.
Oh, I hate this stupid thing.
What did
Okay,
you do?
I got it. Suburban said something. I missed it.
Why didn't you just scroll up?
I tried and I messed it up.
My dad's truck. No, you really messed it up.
Yeah.
My
Awesome.
dad's truck has new brakes and stuff, so no trip to Walmart. Uh-oh.
Oh,
If I knew they were going to sprout so fast, I'd waited 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people keep watching me.
I think you would
Join
do really
Shed
good.
Wars.
I think you're.
I think you did good, George. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I think you did good here.
Wow, Lewis, that's awesome. Yeah, I think you would do good in Shedworth. So. But like I said, I've got to commit to this, so I can't. I'm not going to commit to anything else. We will have a garden. If I
You
have to
sure?
go buy everything from Walmart, yes, I will have a garden.
You buy stuff from Walmart. Don't we buy enough from Walmart?
There's Walmart, there's farmers markets, there's all kinds of Lowe's, Home Depot, Sutherland's. We'll find plants, and I will plant plants. And you owe me some trees too, so
What?
yeah,
What tree?
apple, cherry, plum,
I'll be like George
Pear.
Washington, cut down the cherry tree.
Lily.
I cannot lie. Look at that gray hair.
Yep. Yeah, Lewis, you can.
You can regrow a lot of stuff from the shopping mall. Cool. Silent Juliana, that's doing.
Quit, Dudley. Now, come on.
I'm
Be serious.
reading.
No, you're not. You're
I-
mumbling. If I can hear you, everybody else can hear you, and it's highly annoying. So please stop. Yeah, I prefer Sutherland's over Lowe's and other places, but oh, really, Gear? That sucks. We still have one around here. So elderberry, yes, suburban.
Our Harbor Freight's and Yale show. Tractor Supplies in Cassville.
What are you talking about? Oh,
Here.
Tractor Supply. Yeah. He's saying that's what took over where his Sutherland's used to be.
Oh, okay. You know those Sutherlands in Mount Vernon?
Is there?
Mhm.
Oh,
You go into the TA across the 44, down there on the
I thought that was
Left.
Orchlands. That's Orchlands, not Sutherland's.
same difference.
No, there's a difference. That's cool, Lewis. I only go to Sutherland's when I want plants gear, so it's okay. Good night, Demeter. Thank you for joining us.
I quit yawning. Good night.
Hope y'all had a great night.
Hey, I think it was an excellent live.
Yeah. Yeah. I
It was
think
really
it did
good.
good. Well, and I hope it clarified things for people because there are a lot of different convoys that are rolling out. So, and it gets confusing on who's
Doing what and when and where.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Yep. And I had a little confirmation today. We were going to Walmart, and I just spoke it out. You know, if this is what we're truly supposed to be, show me an eagle. Went the rest of the trip to the store, nothing, didn't see anything. Forgot about it because, you know, when you take little ones to the store, they kind of go nuts. So I completely forgot about it. Got in the car, was on our way home, and all of a sudden this big eagle just soared right in front of the car, and I almost broke the windshield out of our car because it was right there, confirmation. So it was huge for me. And yeah, I cried a little bit. So it was amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't even went to Orchlands. It's not that far from us, but I just never went. I'm hoping one of these years I can actually start my whole garden again like we did before and not have all this other nonsense get in the way, but we may not be gone very long, so maybe I can still get something started in time. I don't know. Oh. Are you done? All right. Want to call it a night, or
Probably I'm getting tired.
are you getting tired? Yeah.
Since you woke me up,
And we got to do our
butt
way.
crack of dawn.
Your grandson did that. And we got to do our weigh in the morning too. So
You
don't
follow
forget.
what you see. So you probably think up there. Go get Papa.
Okay.
Did you?
You got too many stalkers here. Yeah, we got to do our.
It's early yet.
Yeah, I know. That's Gear's thing. We got to do our weigh in the morning too. So, all right, guys. Well, sorry we haven't done any of our walk and talk exercise videos this week for any of you guys who may watch those. We just, with him being on the road, it's kind of difficult to get him done. So, and now we're getting ready to go on this grand adventure. So we'll see what happens with that. So it may be a minute before I get back to the exercise stuff,
You
but
can walk around the truck.
I will definitely be getting back onto that. So
Well, you can walk from the gear shift to the
no,
boat.
I'm not walking inside the truck no, I'm not doing that. So
What's that?
oh my gosh, Ragnarok, if we're close enough to you, I'd like to see you. I'd like to meet you and your family.
Really?
That would be awesome. Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. He might teach you a thing or two, like how to grow a beard. Sorry. Oh
That
my
was
gosh.
mean.
I love
See
you.
if I do this again.
So we love every one of you guys. We think you're amazing and wonderful. Oh, you guys be good and you have a great night. And we
Good
will
night.
see you soon.